Okay. So accessory organs of digestive system can be asked which of the following is not part of the accessory organs of digestive system. Okay. Or maybe I can ask which of the following is part of the accessory organs of digestive system, like that. Mouth, oral cavity, remember that there are two medical terms related to that, OR and stomat. Both needs to be studied. Okay. So I may ask about what is OR. OR stands for mouth, liver, heart, lungs, like that. So, okay, if it is MCQ like that, you'll have to answer that. Okay. So it can be even a matching question. Okay. So, and then more words are given here. Pharynx for pharyngitis. Sorry, pharynx for pharynx. Okay. And esophage is the word for esophagus. Esophagus. And both function of the organs are also mentioned here. Stomach, you should study about what acid which is form part of the stomach, which acid is part of the stomach digestive system, which is the acid which is part of the gastric juice. It's given here, hydrochloric acid is part of the gastric juice. Okay. So, and what is the term for stomach? What is the medical term for stomach? Gast is the medical term for your stomach. Gast is the medical term for your stomach. It talks about sphincters. There is a pyloric sphincter. This question can be asked: where does pyloric sphincter lies? Between which and which organ? Okay. It is between, pyloric sphincter is between stomach and the small intestine. Like that, there is esophageal sphincter, which is between esophagus and stomach. Small intestine, the word which is used for small intestine is enter. And also, it is important for you to study three parts of small intestine. Okay. Duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. How long they are. Each of them have certain length. Okay. Duodenum is a small part, which is only 10 to 12 inches. Jejunum is about 8 feet, and ileum is about 12 feet. Then large intestine is given. What is the medical term for large intestine? Col or colon. Colon. Okay. So that what is important? More important for you to learn. First, you learn medical terms. Okay, because it is about medical terminology. So colon is an important word. And then you read about the structure of the large intestine, how long it is, how it is made up of. Then look at the functions of small or large intestine. So any organ you study in that pattern. First look for the medical term because that's the most important part of it. And pictures, if you look at the pictures, that will help you. Okay. Then salivary gland, very important because salivary gland is an accessory organ of the digestive system. Okay, what is important is perhaps in the next slide. Here also there is one important information. What is the enzyme which is there in the salivary gland? Salivary juice. That is amylase, salivary amylase. Okay, that helps in the digestion of the carbohydrate. Then liver. What is the medical term for liver? In fact, there is a medical term for salivary gland also. It is not given in this slide. It is given at the end of this lecture. So you can learn from there. But it is important to learn the medical term for salivary gland. Liver. What is the medical term for liver? It's given at the end. Hepat. Hepat is the term for liver. Okay. Then you look at the other descriptions about it. It talks about the size and where is it located and what are the functions. Pancreas, medical term is not very difficult because it is same as pancreas. Pancreat is the medical word. Cholecyst is a gallbladder is the next item, which is cholecyst is the gallbladder. Okay, gallbladder. And remember that there are three different ducts: hepatic duct, common bile duct, and cystic duct. Okay. And then look at the picture next and try to understand what are we talking about. Where is different glands are there? Where is liver? And is the gallbladder. Okay. All this information you can see it by looking at the picture. Now, after that, you'll have to study some of the diseases affecting digestive system. In fact, there are large number of diseases which are affecting digestive system. You are only given very important ones, the most important ones, like ulcer, cholelithiasis. Ulcer, there is no particular term for ulcer. Ulcer means is the wound which is happening at the intestinal cavity, gastrointestinal cavity lining of the gastrointestinal cavity. So cholelithiasis, one term. What do you mean by cholelithiasis? What is cholecyst? We just talked about it. Cholecyst is gallbladder. Cholelithiasis. Lithiasis. The word lithiasis means stone. Chole means gallbladder. Okay. So gallbladder stones are known as cholelithiasis. Hemorrhoids, and then hepatitis. Next slides, you will learn about each of them. You first learn about ulcers. The name for ulcer is peptic ulcer. Okay. Then cholelithiasis. So what is cholelithiasis? You should be able to explain. A question can be asked about cholelithiasis. What is the meaning of cholelithiasis? Then you'll have to write chole means gallbladder, lithiasis means stones. So cholelithiasis means gallbladder stones. That's what you are expected to write. If I ask, describe about the term, medical term cholelithiasis, this is what you should write. Okay. Hemorrhoids are large swollen veins at the mucous membrane near the anal canal. Okay, so that is the hemorrhoids. Then hepatitis, very important for you to learn hepatitis. What is hepat? Hepat means liver, itis means inflammation. And there are different causes of hepatitis. Okay? And 4 different causes are given. You'll have to study them. Then symptoms, usually yellowing of the skin, mucous membrane, and eyes. That is a symptom of the hepatitis. And treatment, if it is an infection, antiviral, and if it is a special viral infection, then antiviral drugs can be used for the treatment of it. Now coming to most important part of this lecture, or any lecture, okay, which is the table given at the end. You'll have to study all of them, including the combining form, its meaning, and the example of the term and the meaning of that term. Okay. For example, or means mouth, oral means pertaining to mouth. Okay. So that is the meaning of oral. Or look at the word, the last word. Look at the last word, sial. So what is the name of salivary gland? The medical term for salivary gland is sial, and the term, example of a term which is given here is sialolith. Okay, here lith means stone or calculus, sial means salivary gland. Okay, so the calculus or stone, calculus are basically hard substances. The calculus or stones formed inside your salivary gland is sialolith. Okay, that's how it is explained. So every word you should read like that. Okay. Similarly, glossectomy. Gloss is the word for tongue. Gloss is the word for tongue. So ectomy. Ectomy means, what is ectomy? Surgical removal, excision removal. Okay. So glossectomy means surgically removing, cutting, and removing your tongue. Maybe because of some reason. Maybe because of there is tumor or cancer of the tongue. Similarly, all these words, esophageal, pharyngeal, gastro, okay, enter means small intestine, you'll have to learn. And then the example which is given is also you need to learn. That's why it is very important for you to start early. You'll have to read 2-3 times, then only you'll remember this. Okay. So that's all about the digestive system. Now let's look at some other systems. Now let's look at the lecture number 3, which is integumentary system. So integumentary system also, what you can do is you can look at the quickly study about the functions and the organs. Okay, just look at the picture and study. Don't spend too much time on studying the functions and structure, because that is not the most important part of your exam. Always study the medical terms. Wherever you see a medical term in the slides, then you study that. For example, here, cutino. That is the word for skin. And there are two words for skin, cutino and dermat. So I can ask, the one term for skin is dermat. What is the other term for skin? Medical term for skin. Then you'll have to write cutino. Accessory organs, it's given, and then each accessory organs, the medical term for that accessory organ. For hair, it is pill, and for nail, uh, onk. That's the other term for nail. Some of the common medical problems are given. A word alopecia is given here in bracket. Okay, that is very important. The meaning of that word alopecia. So, what is the meaning of that word alopecia? Hair loss. Hair loss is the meaning of alopecia. Okay, so even if you don't study the other infections of the scalp, whenever you see a particular medical term, you should learn that. Then nail medical terms are given here, ongu and onch. Onco Malaysia. A word given here is onchi Malaysia, onchio Malaysia. So what do you mean by onchio? Onchio is nail. So we were talking about integumentary system. So nail. Okay. This is a very important term, onchi Malaysia. Why? Because Malaysia is means softening. Okay. And we have seen the same word for other systems also. Osteo Malaysia, Contro Malaysia. So Malaysia means softening. Okay. So and then ingul and sub. What is the meaning of sub? Under or below. Okay. Like that, every word you'll have to learn. Sweat glands, hydro is the word. And there is also a very important word here, hydropoiesis. Why? Because poiesis means production. Hydra means the sweat gland. Okay. So hydrocytoma. What is cytoma? What is oma means? Tumor. Cyte means cell. So hydrocytoma means it is the tumor. Okay. Tumor of the sweat gland, the cells of the sweat gland. Okay. And here in bracket it is given as adenoma of the sweat gland. Adenoma basically means any gland. Adenoma means the tumor of any gland. Okay. But here it is hydrocystoma. So the sweat producing gland is also one of the gland. That's why it is written as adenoma. Then sebaceous gland. Burns are given here, and all three different burns. first degree burn, second degree burn, and third degree burn. It's important, and you should be able to clearly tell what do you mean by first degree burn, second degree burn, or third degree burn. Okay. In the slides, it is very clearly explained, all with pictures explaining what do you mean by first degree, second degree, or third degree burn. Skin cancers. Again, three different skin cancers are mentioned here: basal cell cancer, squamous cell cancer, and melanoma. Okay, all three are uh, the cancer related to skin. And melanoma is important for your exam point of view because here the medical term is important. Oma is important. Oma means tumor, and melanin means the pigment of your skin is melanin, the black pigment of your skin. Okay, the cancer of that pigment is called melanoma. Wounds, injury, just read it and understand it. That's all. Now coming to the table. Again, like you have seen in the case of the digestive system, this is the most important part of your lecture. Okay, read all the names, and then the meaning of that, and then example. The word example is also given. Okay, so adip means fat, adiposis. So anything which ends in osis. So osis is a suffix. Osis means abnormal. Okay, osis means abnormal. Plasty means surgical repair. Plasty means surgical replace. Dermatoplasty, surgical repair of the skin. See, here also the last word you see, the first word and the last word. The first word is adiposis, last word is keratosis. Okay, so osis, osis means abnormal. Melanin, melanoma, important. Mike, look at this, Mike. Mike means actually means fungus. Okay, dermatomycosis, very common condition, therefore it can be asked. Write the meaning of the word dermatomycosis. Then you'll have to see dermat means skin, myc means fungus, osis means abnormal. So abnormal fungus growth on the skin is called dermatomycosis. If you write like that, you will get full mark. The last word is also important, pi. Pi means pus. So pyogenic means pus generating. Pyogenic wound means pus generating wound. Another word, ritidoplasty. Actually, ritido means wrinkles. Wrinkles on the skin is called ritid. So ritidoplasty means plasty is surgical repair. Excision means surgical removal. Sorry. Uh, Ectomy means surgical removal. Plasty means surgical repair. Then another word here, urticaria. It's an important word for you to learn. It's a single word, urticaria. It is related to skin. That's why it is important, but it is very commonly used. Urticaria. Urticaria means rashes. Rashes on the skin is called urticaria. Xeroderma. Again, you know that there is a word called derma. Derma means skin. Okay. Then zero means dry. Zero means dry. Likewise, you'll have to learn all words. let's look at the musculoskeletal system. Okay, we can straight go to the table. Okay, you can look at the table, but I'm just going into the table first. But you are supposed to read all of the chapter, including the number of bones, where are different bones, what is the number of bones in different parts of the vertebral column, okay, how many number of bones in vertebral column, what are different types of joints, fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, etc. So all those are important. And what are the difference between the skeletal muscles, voluntary muscles. In fact, you can expect a lot more questions from this chapter because it's a long chapter, and both muscular system and digestive system are involved. So therefore, when you study, you first study the musculoskeletal system, okay, and study repeatedly, read repeatedly, okay. Many words are given here. Word roots: arth, contr, cost, cranny, kaif, and lord. Okay, and the last two, kaif and lord, there is a picture which is given at the end: skyphosis and lordosis. Okay, so the difference is very clear when you see the picture. So you can learn from the picture. All the other word roots are very important. Along with few more word roots are important in this, like osti. Osti is also important, though osti is not given here. Okay. So, and then examples are given here. And then some common types of example. Ectomy, costectomy. Look at cost. Cost means rib. Costectomy means surgical removal or surgical excision of the rib. Chondrocyte. Chondro means cartilage. Cyte means cells. Okay. Arth means joint. So arthritis means inflammation of the joint. Arthralgia. Algia means pain. Okay. Not given here, but it is some common word only. Okay. Then a few more word roots are given here. Myelo, oste, spondyle, and vertebrae. Okay, spondyle and vertebrae actually both refers to vertebrae, and spondylitis. Then oste means bone. So osteoma, oma means tumor. Okay, we have seen in several places. Okay, don't forget the difference between myelo. Myelo means muscle, not muscles. Okay, my means muscles. Myelo means bone marrow. The difference between my and myelo. Okay, my and myelo are different. One means muscles, the other means bone marrow. Now, some in this slide.